Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Make America Lit, back with another NBA 2K23 video. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys, I don't even know what to call this video, because this is basically just going to be me revising my own personal build. Now, if you aren't new to the channel, then you probably seen clips or videos of me playing. Maybe you watched me stream or something like that. You seen me play on one of my builds, like my 3-level scorer. You know, I have about 6, 7, 8 builds now. But this right here was my very first build that I made, and I made this build before anybody really even got a chance to play NBA 2K23. We had no idea how the game was going to play, how, you know, the gameplay would be and stuff like that. So with that being said, I know a lot of us made some mistakes. Some of us made really bad mistakes, and some of us just made slight mistakes that kind of make the build a little bit worse than it could really be. You know what I'm saying? But it's really, you know, hindsight is 2020. There's nothing you could really do about that, because we were going based on how things were in NBA 2K22. Like, for example, I put my ball handle to an 81 on this build, not realizing how overpowered steals and glove and stuff like that would be. Why? Because we were able to ISO, you know, with a 74, 75 ball handle. I was able to ISO with a two-way sharpshooter. If you go back on my channel and watch some of my videos from NBA 2K22, if you watch any of my mixtapes, I might link one of them in the, you know, description or whatever like that. But I was ISOing with a 6'5" two-way sharpshooter with a 74 ball handle. But that's NBA 2K22. NBA 2K23 is a totally different game. And I know a lot of us made our builds in the beginning. This was my very first build. A lot of us made our builds with 2K22 in mind, thinking, oh, well, we'll be able to do this. We'll be able to get by with that. You know, if you shot with a 64 3 ball, you knew your jump shot. I don't really see anybody shooting with no 64 3 ball in 2K23, because it's just, you aren't going to have access to the jump shot animations, the bases, the releases that you need to really be an effective shooter. So a lot of the shit that we was doing in NBA 2K22 just won't be able to fly in 2K23. So because of that, I kind of want to just revise some of my first builds, because I did make like, what, 2 builds, 3 builds in the beginning of the game. I made my 3-level scorer, I made my 2-way 3-level point forward, and then I also made my 2-way stretch 5. So look for those videos in the future. I probably will be revising those builds too. So if you guys want to see what I created versus how I would change that, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, tune in for those videos as well too. But again, I made a shooting guard. I made him right-handed. Left-handed don't really matter. I usually make my shooters left-handed. I probably should have made them left-handed, but for some reason it was my first build. I wasn't sure how I was going to be feeling and stuff like that, so I went right-handed. Not like it really matters much. To me, it matters just because the handedness is going to you know, tell me how I'm going to fade. You know, as a right-handed player, I like to fade left. You know, even in real life, as a right-handed player who played basketball in real life, I like to fade to my left. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, when you fade left, your, you know, your arm and your shoulder kind of, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like you just have like a more clear shot at the basket when you fade left and you're going to the left of the basket and stuff like that, versus going to the right. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a video game. Handedness don't really matter. It doesn't improve the jump shot. It doesn't make the jump shot better. It really just will just tell you which side of the court you should probably play on or whatever like that. Jersey number, all of that stuff don't matter. I did go 6'5". I did leave all of this default. You know, 6'5" height, 205 pounds, 6'10" wingspan. Body shape was defined, but I didn't change any of these things, the height, the weight, or the wingspan. I went default on everything, okay? That's how I made it. And then these were my stats for my build, okay? I went 74 layup, I went 93 driving dunk, and I went 93 driving dunk because one, I wanted to be able to have all of the contact dunk animations. So with that 93, obviously I had access to like the elite contact dunks, pro contact dunks. I had access to the contact alley-oops, the pro, the elite contact alley-oops, and the Zion Williamson alley-oop package and stuff like that. You, with a 93 driving dunk, you pretty much get every single dunking animation in the game. I don't really think there's any dunk packages you don't get when you have a 93. There might maybe be 1 or 2 at 95 or something like that, but to my knowledge, I don't really think that there's any dunk packages, at least none that I would want. above this 93. So I went with a 93, and then obviously 74 layup, 60 close shot, because I didn't really plan to be taking standing shots or standing alley-oops or anything like that. For the shooting, I went with a 93 ball. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this 93 ball. This 93 ball is amazing. I hit some ridiculous shots with a 93 ball. The only thing I wish is that I wish I had went up a little bit, just 2 points, just to get goal limitless range. I think that's one of the dire mistakes that I made with this build. As good as a 93 ball is, and that's a nice threshold to go for, I went with a 90 because we wasn't sure how shooting was going to be. We seen the tweets from Mike Wing that it was going to be Hall of Fame mixed with like Superstar or All-Star or whatever like that. It was going to be in between Hall of Fame and Superstar. It's going to be harder to shoot. You're going to have to green in order to make it and stuff like that. All of those things that we knew going into the game. So I didn't want to make a build with an 80 or a 75 three-point shot and I'm not able to hit anything, because I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to throw the build away immediately, and then I'm going to have to start grinding all over again. And keep in mind that I grinded this build all the way to a 92, but I could be a 99. I grinded this build all the way up to 99 with no VC at all. All of my builds were grinded with no VC at all, and I'm like, I have about 3 builds that are already 90, and like 1 build that's like an 84 or whatever. But regardless, I went with a 90 because I was like, you know what? Whether shooting is hard, whether shooting is easy, I'm going to be able to knock down shots with a 93 ball, period. Full stop. It doesn't matter whether I'm spotting up, shooting up the dribble. Doesn't matter. With the 90, you were going to be a shooter. You know, same thing with the 87 mid-range. I could have put this down to an 80 or an 81. You know, I really don't care about Hall of Fame Midi Magician like so many other people I see, you know, harking on and on about, you know, Midi Magician, Hall of Fame Midi Magician. But me personally, I didn't feel like I needed Hall of Fame Midi Magician. So I probably could have put this down. Let me see. All right, so yeah, I could have put this down some, and it wouldn't have taken my 3 down. I wasn't sure if I could have went down to an 81. Let's see what I could go down to. All right, so I could have went all the way down then. So I could have went down to a 75 mid-range, and that would have took a lot of my badges away, unfortunately. But this would have left me to put like my ball handle up, as you can see, my pass accuracy, you know, my driving dunk, my driving layup, like my perimeter defense, my steal, like, and I'm all the way at a 96 overall. So that you see how many points that took away from my build, and my speed and acceleration, vertical, you know, all of these things that I could have put up. And like, you know, so that's one of those things that I was like, okay, this was a major mistake that I made on this build, putting that mid-range up. But I wanted to have a decent mid-range because, again, you know, we were told, yo, shooting was going to be really bad or really hard this year. And that really, it was a hard adjustment, but shooting isn't that hard in NBA 2K23. You don't need a 93 ball to shoot well in this game by any means. A 93 ball is a nice insurance policy, though, because it means that you will be a consistent shooter regardless, like lag, Wi-Fi, whatever. You're going to be a consistent shooter with that 93 ball. You're going to be able to space the floor. You're going to be able to shoot limitless shots and stuff like that. But like I said, the main screw up that I made with this is that I didn't go for gold limitless. You know, I could have took this down and did like this, and did 83 mid-range, 92 3-ball, and had gold limitless range. And I really wish I had done that, because that would have just doing that alone, just bringing that down like that, and just going like that, I only lose 1 badge point, but I still get gold limitless range. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that difference right there. And what else I get? I get Hall of Fame Green Machine. And I would have had Gold Deadeye. So Gold Deadeye and Hall of Fame Green Machine. That right there is a dire mistake that I made. And I'm sure a lot of people made, you know, similar mistakes with their first build and stuff too. 85 free throw, because I only play Rec and Pro-Am. So I really did not care about, like Park and all of that stuff like that. You Park players, bro, please put your free throw to like at least a 70. I'm tired of seeing dudes come into Rec when they don't have any friends on for Park, and they come into Rec and they're just bricking free throw after free throw because their free throw is like a 63 or a 61. Because they like, yo, if you not gonna put your free throw up, bro, please stay the fuck in Park, bro. Like, honestly, or just throw 70. You could throw 70 into your free throw, and if you know your free throw, you can green free throws with a 70. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you put your free throw to an 85 or a 90, but me personally, I knew that I would be playing Pro-Am with my team and stuff like that, even though we haven't really gotten the squad together because, like, you know, schedules are conflicting and stuff, but we knew we were going to play Pro-Am, and, you know, Pro-Am is comp. We had planned to play in leagues and stuff like that too. So you can't be missing free throws. So I would always, if I'm on a build that I know I'm going to be running Pro-Am and, you know, playing comp and leagues and stuff like that, I can't be missing free throws, period, full stop. I don't care. So I was willing to sacrifice the points to go up to an 85 free throw. Now, if I'm remaking this build, I'm probably like rocking like a 75. Not going to lie to you. I don't need an 85 free throw. I was shooting like 92 to 94% from 3 with like a 77 free throw. So like when I put my shit up to 80, I'm shooting like 96% right now in rec. So yeah, you don't need an 85, but I would have, you know, put that down. That's one thing I would change about this build as well too. But I really wouldn't call it a mistake because I really didn't want to be like a really good clutch free throw shooter. And more importantly, the higher your free throw is, you know, when they get those defensive 3-second calls in rec and Pro-Am and stuff like that, guess who's getting those points for shooting those free throws? This guy right here, because I'm going to have the highest free throw on the team because nobody else is putting up an 85 or a 90 free throw. So those are the little added bonus of having a high free throw. You're going to get to shoot those defensive threes and those, you know, technical fouls and stuff like that or whatever. Not that I think you can even get a technical foul in NBA career mode or whatever. But still, my point is that when you get those defensive 3 calls and stuff like that, you will be the one shooting those free throws. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of want to have like a decent free throw. Then for pass accuracy, everybody kind of just went with the 70. Just because you look at all the stuff that you get for having just a 70 pass accuracy, you're looking at Silver Break Starter, you're looking at Silver Dimer and Floor General, Post Playmaker, Needle Threader, you're looking at Gold Special Delivery, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at Bronze Bailout. So you're getting a lot of bang for just a 70 pass accuracy. For this, I would probably still keep my pass accuracy at a 70. I probably wouldn't change that at all, if I'm being honest with you. Ball handle definitely would have to go up. Speed with ball wouldn't be this high. If I'm being honest with you, I would bring this all the way down, and then my ball handle would have gone up. My ball handle at 87 is decent. You get gold clamp breaker. 87 is what I have on. Actually, no, I got an 89 on my small forward, but 87 is decent for somebody who's not the primary ball handler. You know what I'm saying? With an 87, you see right here that I would have unlocked gold unpluckable. Now, again, when I made this build, Silver Unpluckable was all you needed in NBA 2K22. Those of you who play NBA 2K22 know that you was able to ISO, you was able to create, you was able to do whatever the hell you wanted with just Silver Unpluckable. So in my head, when I'm making this build, I can make an 81 ball handle. Yeah, 81 ball handle. Yeah, 80 speed with ball, 81 ball handle. This is valid. In anybody else's mind, when you coming from 2K22 to 2K23, this setup right here is valid. You get 17 playmaking points, Silver Unpluckable, Gold Hyperdrive, you know, Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker if you want it. Not that anybody's running that. You know, you got your killer combos up to Silver. You got your Clamp Breaker up to Silver. You know, you got your Silver Dimer. You got your Silver Quick First Step. You know, handles for days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, in my head, I was just like, this is just the perfect setup. Now, again, like I said, if I'm redoing this build, I already told you guys what I was changing. You know, first things first, I'm bringing that mid-range down to like an 83 to put that to a 92. Then secondly, we bringing the speed with ball all the way down. I really don't care if I lose playmaking badges because this build, I would be primarily just spotting up. You know what I'm saying? And then coming over here, I put... for defense, I would definitely put this defense up because as you can see right here, this is what I have for defense. Now, even with this, I'm still decent. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a decent perimeter defender. I'm 6'5". I'm not like 6'3" or 6'2", 6'1", or anything like that. I have a 6'10" wingspan, which is decent. I have a 73 perimeter defense. You know, which this is what you see what I have access to, and I have 7 defensive badges. So this right here is what you see is what you get. You know, I have bronze clamps, I have bronze challenger, You know, bronze brick wall if I want it. You know what I'm saying? Pick dodger, but that's it. Ankle braces, box out beast, menace, and workhorse. That's it. I don't have anything else. And it, you know, it kind of sucks not having glove. It kind of sucks not having a higher level of challenger at least. Clamps, I could get busy with bronze clamps, but if I were to change this build around, the first thing I would do again is I would be taking that acceleration off. I'm cool with the 87 speed. The 87 speed is more than suffice, but I would definitely be putting my my perimeter defense up to a 79, so I get that silver challenger, just so I could just, you know, get more contest, and then the rest I will put into my steal. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This right here is exactly what I would do. As far as strength, I probably wouldn't have this 74 strength. I would probably bring my strength down some to like maybe like a 65 or something like that. Like a 65, just so I still have bronze brick wall on the defensive side of things. And then I will put my steal up. You know what I'm saying? Or I would have to drop my strength more then. I wouldn't be able to keep that bronze brick wall because I would want at least the 65 steal for bronze glove. Because bronze glove is just, you know, just having that along with interceptor would have made a hell of a lot of a difference for me. You know what I'm saying? So bronze clamps, silver challenger, bronze glove. That's like what, 4? That's 5. So I still got 7 points. You know, bronze interceptor would be 6, and then I could take like bronze pick dodger or bronze ankle braces, and I would have been solid with that on, you know, the defensive side of things. Now, obviously, the playmaking would be very lacking to go from 17 to 13, but we do get 4 points from, you know, Sam's Quest, and then we get another 4 to 5 badge points from flashback games. You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is what I would have made. You know what I'm saying? Right here. This is if I could revise that build, this is what I would do with that build right here. So 16, 26, 13, and 7. Just making subtle changes would have made this build once again just so much better. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Because now you could actually really get contest. You could really play really good defense. The only thing that this build's weakness is that, you know, when dudes rim run on me and I get put up against a 6'8 or a 6'9, you know, they got 3-4 inches on me, so they could just take me down low and just lay the ball up on me and stuff like that. But that's really the only weakness of this build, you know. And then, you know, my takeover, they took away slash and takeover because I had spot up and slash and takeover. No clue why they took away slash and takeover from me on this build, but because I didn't bring any of my finishing down at all for this build. But it might just be because I don't have the acceleration. I think you have to have a certain level of acceleration to get speed and acceleration to get slash and takeover. So they took slash and takeover from me, but because I put up that perimeter and steal, I would end up getting lock take anyway, so it wouldn't even matter. So this is what I would have done to change that build, and I would still have the name 3-level scorer, but people wouldn't think I could play defense when I could play much better defense. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is I had another version of this build. Now, if I could completely change this build, I would have made this right here instead. As you see, 3-point specialist instead of a 3-level scorer, which pretty much functions, again, like how my 3-level scorer functions. I'm going to just show you guys this really quickly and just show you just the slight differences I made with this build. It's still a shooting guard, still right-handed or whatever. Instead of being 6'5", I went up to 6'6", which is going to get that 1 extra inch is going to help when I do have to play against 6'8" and 6'9". You know, same weight, same wingspan, none of that changed. Just went up an inch in height just so I can, you know, have a little bit more, you know, help on the defensive side of things. Again, you see the finishing pretty much the same, except I have 3 less points, and I think that's just because I went up the height or whatever like that. Because, you know, I didn't change anything else but the height. I went 6'6" instead of 6'5", and for whatever reason, that changed my badge count. Because I think I had a 60 close shot with these same exact stats. That's the only thing I don't have is that 60 close shot. But I don't know how 6 points in close shot give me 3 extra badge points. But again, I think it's because of the height change. But either way, you can see that on this build, I went for that 92 3 ball so I could get that gold limitless, that Hall of Fame green machine, and that gold Deadeye. Mid-range, I went all the way down to a 77 because, like I told you guys earlier, I don't really care about Hall of Fame midi magician. And then with the passing and stuff like that, I went with a 75 ball handle. And, you know, I know you guys heard me say the thing about, oh, having gold unpluckable and all of that stuff like that. But with this build would have really been a spot-up build. I wouldn't have been ISOing. I wouldn't have been putting the ball on the floor at all. The 75 is just so I could get unpluckable and vice grips. And I don't have to worry about dudes spamming me as soon as I get the ball. So, out of those 12 ball playmaking points, 5 and 3, 8 of those out of those 12 would have been gold vice grips and silver unpluckable, just so I don't lose the ball. And then I would have went for other badges and stuff like that, like quick first step, dimer, clamp breaker, or whatever like that. But primarily, these points would have just went straight into unpluckable and vice grips. You also see that I also put up my pass accuracy to an 80 because, again, not only do I want to be able to pass the ball fast, you know, higher speed of passes and stuff, but I also wanted to reach that threshold for gold dimer because I definitely would have been running gold dimer on this build. So when I'm not wide open for a shot, I'd be making that extra pass and stuff like that. So that's why you see I opted for the 80 pass accuracy instead of, you know, dropping my pass accuracy to a 70 and putting these points into ball handle and having a similar ball handle to that other build, because I cared more about just being able to, you know, facilitate the ball with those extra passes and stuff like that. Think of this build more so like a Klay Thompson type of build where you're just not really, you're moving without the ball and stuff like that. Moving on, you see the defense. The first thing you'll notice on this build is that not only am I 6'6", but I have a 75 interior defense, and that is so that I can combat those dudes when they are 6'8", 6'9", and they're trying to rim run and they're trying to take me down low to lay the ball up. That's where that 75 interior defense is going to come in at, because now they're not going to be able to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? They're not. And I went up to an 86 perimeter defense, and with the 86, that's going to unlock silver clamps. That's going to unlock gold challenger. You know what I'm saying? It's going to unlock, you know, Hall of Fame ankle braces, workhorse, menace, gold pick dodger, and stuff like that. So it's going to really turn you into you're going to go from a decent, serviceable defender on the wing to being a great defender on the wing. And then you also see I have a 70 steal, not a 65 or 64. I have a 70 steal. So that bronze glove with that 70 steal means I'm going to really be able to put my hand in people's pockets. And then you could have went for a higher steal, but at 6'6", I wanted to go with a 70 block. So I'm going to have that bronze anchor. So pair that bronze anchor with that 75 interior defense and that 70 block. Dudes aren't going to just be able to rim run me to death. Even though you see that I'm 6'6" and I'm still going to be shorter than 6'8", 6'9", I'm going to be able to stop them from rim running me to death. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say this build to me, even though I just showed you how I would adjust that 3-level score, I feel like this is just a better version of the 3-level score. Because as you can see, I can still drive down low with the layups. I can still going to have the elite contact dunks with a 93 driving dunk. I'm still going to be able to hit mid-range shots with a 77 mid-range. And I'm still going to be able to hit three-point shots and space the floor with a 92 three-point shot. You see the free throw ain't 85, but it's still in the 80s. It's 80 plus. So I'm still going to be able to knock down free throws. You know, a little bit less ball handling, but I'm not going to be handling the ball anyway. So, you know, I'm going to be spotting up and playing off ball. And then the defense is just way better on this build. You actually have interior defense. You have perimeter defense. You have steal and block. You know, the only thing that you're lacking in this build is rebounding. Rebounding is the only real thing that you're lacking in this build. You won't have no rebounding on this build. But you're going to be playing the 2-guard position. And you got high pass accuracy anyway. So it's not going to be your job to play to rebound the ball. You know, even though you're 6'6", it's not going to be my job to rebound the ball. You know, if the center and the power forward can't get the rebounds, then hey, bro, we're cooked. There's nothing I can do about that. But then you'll see the physicals again. I dropped the physicals down. The acceleration is down because I don't really care that much about acceleration. I value speed over acceleration. I value speed over speed with ball. Okay, so the 90 speed is going to, you know, be able to. I'm going to be running laps around the 6'8" and 6'9" because they're not going to be anywhere near 90 speed. They're not going to be able to keep up with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I went with a 90 speed. You know, 75 strength, once again, to combat those dudes for taking me down low, for trying to baby me and stuff like that in the post and stuff like that. And then I went with an 85 vertical. That 85 is going to go way better than that 73 vertical that we had on the 3-level score. That 85 vertical with that 93 driving dunk is going to go stupid. You know, you're going to really be banging the ball down low and stuff like that on people. And it's going to help me with getting those blocks with that 70 block and bronze anchor, 75 interior defense, and then you pair that with an 85 vertical. That's going to go crazy down low. And then, of course, a 90 plus stamina, so that way I can still knock down my jump shots and stuff like that. And then you'll see the takes. We still getting the same takes, the shot creating, the spot up, and the lockdown take. And, of course, you know, we're going to go with the spot up and lock take, obviously. And like I said, you know, we're not going to be called a 3-level scorer. We're going to be called the 3-point specialist, but you can see that it's pretty much the same shades of with Jalen Green and Desmond Bane. And instead of like, I think it was like Hershey Hawkins or something like that, we get Eddie Jones, who, you know, Eddie Jones was a bucket with the Lakers and the Miami Heat. My boy Eddie Jones was cooking shit up, you know what I'm saying? Before Kobe showed up anyway. So I just feel like the 3-point specialist is just really just a better, you know, version of the 3-level scorer, in my opinion. And the best part about it is it's kind of a catfish build too, because when you see 3-point specialists, you don't think that this person has a 86 perimeter defense and a 70 steal, 70 block, 75 interior. When I see a 3-point specialist, I'm not going to think that this dude has a 93 drive and dunk and he's going to have elite contact dunks and stuff like that. So it is going to function as you know, catfish build kind of, because when they see 3-point specialists, they're going to be like, oh, he just has 3-point shooting. He has a high-ass 3-point shooting. He has like probably like a 95 3-point shooting rating. So what they're going to do is they're going to chase you off the 3-point line, and they're going to just let you go to the basket, because they're going to be like, he can't dunk or he can't lay it up. And that's when you start catching oops and contacts and bodies and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's been your boy Make America Lit. If this video helped you with, you know, trying to change or revise your build that you made earlier in the year when the game first came out, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K23 content. I'm out. Peace, y'all.